I guess, behind the. I'm trying to announce this. Hello. Hello. Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We have a car parked just in front of the school clinic, which is causing an obstruction. The car number is KCW 9400. KCW 9400. KCW 9400. The car is causing an obstruction. So please, if you are the owner, kindly please take your car away from just in front of the school clinic. Please, thank you. Okay, before the video. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We are delighted to welcome you to the ASEAN Conference on Creative Cultural Industry 2024. So we kindly ask you to take your seats. Please be seated. Now, please enjoy a special cultural performance video that showcases the rich heritage and diversity of our Asian community. Sit back and immerse yourself in this vibrant cultural display. Okay, due to time, we move to the next activity. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The Deputy Dean, Research, Entrepreneurship and Student Development, FHPK, and the Program Leader, SCCIP 2024, Dr. Ahmad Fahmi Muhammad Ali, the Project Leader for ACEC 2024, Prof. Madia Dr. Rosli Zawati Chi Aziz, the Project Leader, Dr. Rosli Zawati Chi Aziz, our distinguished ASEAN delegates, the representative of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, Culture, Malaysia, MOTAC, organizing team, our respected lecturers and students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is an honor and privilege for me to welcome you to the ASEAN Conference on Creative Cultural Industry. My name is Yusuf. I am honored to be your MC for today's event. Before we start, I would like to share some information about UMK and the ACEC conference. UMK is the 19th public university in Malaysia, and our tagline is, "Entrepreneurship is our trust." We are also known as the Entrepreneurship University, UMK. UMK has achieved a significant milestone by being listed for the first time in 2023 in the World University Ranking 2023. UMK also holds the position of 551st position out of 600 in the QS ranking in Asia. UMK offers arrays of programs from undergraduate to postgraduate and executive development programs. UMK has garnered recognition through various prestigious awards. Notably, we have been recognized as the #1 entrepreneurship university by ACEEU. And due to this, our ambition is to be the #1 entrepreneurship university in ASEAN by 2025. Okay, let me brief you about today's conference, ACEC 2024. The ASEAN Conference and Exhibition on Creative Cultural Industry, Crafting Diversity in Asian Creative Culture, ACEC 2024, is organized by the University Malaysia Kelantan and co-organized by the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, MOTAC, Malaysia. This conference seeks to explore the vibrant intersections of sustainability, cultural entrepreneurship, and innovation within the ASEAN region. ACEC 2024 aims to showcase pioneering strategies and best practices in cultural and heritage conservation, bolster economic growth through creative diversity, and foster education and community empowerment. With a broad spectrum of topics, including tourism and business studies, digital transformation, and technology in creative industry, this conference presents an opportunity to forge new paradigm in leveraging ASEAN cultural richness for economic and social development. This event promises to catalyze impactful dialogues and collaborations, promoting a sustainable and inclusive future for the creative cultural sectors across Southeast Asia. Before we proceed to the next session, I seek your indulgence to introduce our moderator for today's presentation in person of Mrs. Afiza Usuludin. She is a qualified and talented academician with a Master's of Business Administration in Tourism and Hospitality from UUM City Campus. She has over 10 years experience, industry experience, and 17 years of teaching experience with both international and local students at private and public universities. Currently, she is a lecturer at IIUM Gombak campus. Her past roles include the head of tourism entrepreneurship at UMK, head of media, tourism and services at APU, and head of UITM program at UCSA, known for her outgoing personality, natural leadership, and excellent communication skills. She has successfully motivated students to achieve their personal goals. Therefore, I have the honor to invite Mrs. Hafiza to moderate the session. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to everyone. Welcome to the Asian Conference and Exhibitions on Creative Cultural Industry, ACEC 2024. And specifically to our forum on Asian Creative Culture of Economy 2024. My name is Ms. Hazi Usuludin, and I am honored to be your moderator for today's event. So, we are thrilled to have a distinguished group of experts and thought leaders here to discuss the vital role of creative culture in driving economic growth and development in Asian region. So, to set the stage for today's discussions, allow me to welcome our esteemed panelist presenter. So first of all, we fly her from Brunei Darussalam. So please welcome Ms. Nur Akila Ali to the stage. Please have your seat. And second panelist, we also fly him from Cambodia, so please welcome Mr. Makara. The third panelist that we have here, we also fly him from our neighbor country. So please allow me to welcome Bapak Singgih Susilo Kartono to the stage from Indonesia. Mas Singgih. The next panelist presenter, we fly him too from the Republic of Laos, Mr. Sompet. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Soundpad. Yes, here. And last but not least, for today, we have a representative from our country, Malaysia, from UMK, Dr. Ainul Wahida Razwan. Please welcome. Thank you very much for all presenters for today. Allow me to sit. Smile, chill, and enjoy the session. Before I introduce a little bit more on the presenter, I think on regards to these exhibitions and conferences, according to the Asian magazines on the Creative Turn year 2021, the creative cultural industry, so we call it as CCI, can be referred to those parts of the modern economy where the culture is produced and distributed through the industrial means, combining the creativity with the economic value through what? We have core industries, and we have also newer industries. We have arts and handicraft, we have fashion, publishing, design, music and film. We have gaming, streaming, services, knowledge-based and also innovation-driven sectors. So Asian countries, with its rich tapestry of cultures and traditions, presents a unique canvas for creative expressions. So today, we will explore of how this diversity of within Asian influences and enriches our creative industry, from traditional craft to contemporary arts, from education to community empowerment, from culture heritage conversation to the new paradigm in the economic growth. So our aims for today is to foster impactful dialogues, share insights, and promoting a sustainable to nurture and strengthen the creative economy across Asian countries. So that let's delve into insightful conversations on fostering inclusive and sustainable development within the creative economy that represent the best practice of each countries. So allow me to introduce each of speakers, the talented speakers that we have on the stage. So first of all, we have Ms. Norakila from Brunei Darussalam, which she's a creative industry professional with almost 14 years of experience in Brunei Darussalam. And then she actually co-founded the Kitani Creative, and advocacy organizations that aid in the development of Brunei's cultural industries and creative economy through research development, capacity training, and community building. Welcome, Ms. Norakila. And next we have Mr. Makara. Mr. Makara is actually a director of planning, statistics, and consolidation of the Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts of Cambodia. And before, he has also worked in the section of international relations of the ministry. So we have the Cambodian experts over here on the stage. Next we have Mas Singgeh. Inshallah, maafkan saya. Okay, Mas Singgeh. He has a dream of living and working in the village while he still keep connected internationally. He's inspired with the Alvin Toffler's books of Future Shock, right? And then where he's actually proven on convincing the prediction while discovering the extraordinary village potentials. What his concerns is actually on the current rural situations, on how it's actually motivated to develop this pedagi, a village revitalization movement iconic by the bamboo bike. All right, and then I would say that Masing is actually iconic of the design that putting effort in creating products, to improve the livelihood and maintain natural sustainability. So that is why we have a Cyril Spiritaria later on the stage, Miss Mas Singh. Next, from Republic of Laos, we have Mr. Sonpat. Mr. Sonpat is actually the Vice Deputy of Cultural Department, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism of Republic of Laos. He's actually did so much research on Laos ethnic groups, which he have 15 ethnic groups so far of the researcher's book. And he's also doing research of national costume of the country, okay? Despite of that, he's actually doing a lot of graphic video editing for Laos International Television and the Star Channel. And currently, you are in charge of Promotion Culture Village Project and the Law of Culture Village. So we have the experts from the Republic of Laos on the stage. And last but not least, we have Dr. Ainul Wahida binti Razwan from our Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Dr. Wahida is actually a senior lecturer at the Department of Heritage Studies, Faculty of Creative Technology and Heritage, which she earned her PhD in Museum Studies and specializing in Heritage Studies from University of Leicester, United Kingdom. Her interest is actually in museum studies, cultural heritage, intangible cultural heritage, and also cultural anthropology. So we have the culture experts on the stage. Welcome, Dr. Ainul Wahida. So before we start on the first sessions, I would like to do some housekeeping to the panelist speaker. Each of the speakers, you are given 15 minutes for your presentation. And our committee will do a first ring on the first 10 minutes. And will be followed with twice rings on the 13 minutes, so that the last 2 minutes that you can wrap up. Question and answers only will be open to the audience after we done all the 5 presentations. And then, for those audience who love to post on your social media, right? You can use hashtag ACEC 2024, or those who are not here, that you may share with your colleagues outside, that this session will be on live streaming on the Facebook UMK official. All right, so without further ado, I would say that we don't waste our time. So I would like to invite our first panelist presenter from Brunei Darussalam with the topic from a new nation but an ancient country, Brunei Darussalam safeguarding practices for heritage preservation and cultural regenerations. So please welcome Ms. Nora Kila. The floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, everyone. My name is Akila. I'm from Brunei Darussalam. That's a very... Oh, okay, it's not there. there's a very big photo of my face. And I'll be basically presenting, oh, thank you so much. What do I press, sorry? Oh, ini, okay. Oh, I'll be presenting a topic called, well, I'll be presenting about kain tenunan. Kain tenunan is exactly what I'm wearing right now. I think Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia would have their own version of it, but I think what makes ours special and unique is basically the stories. What makes each and every one of them unique is the stories that is woven in them. So kain tenunan is a cloth woven usually with gold and silver threads. And sometimes contemporarily, we now also use metallic threads as well. Can I get the slides, please? Or is it? Oh, the slides are there. Oh my gosh, thank you. Where do I point it? Where? That's a fan. At the back, okay. No, it's not. Sorry, this is not working. Can I get an extension of time as well, please? Thank you. Okay, while that's being sorted, my official topic is called Kain Tenunan, from a new nation but an ancient country. And the reason why I decided to put a new nation but an ancient country is because it is quite significant. Kain Tenunan is quite significant to the independence of Brunei, which is when Almarhum, the previous Sultan, Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III, made that in his speech, that he introduced Brunei as a new nation but an ancient country. Di sini ya. Okay, thank you so much. And I point there. Okay, perfect. So I'll be giving an overview of Brunei Darussalam, just in case people are not familiar. We are a very private country too. And then I'll give an overview of the cultural and creative industries in Brunei before finally going into the safeguarding strategies that we've adopted. And I'll hopefully be able to give you on an international, national, and grassroots level, and SME level as well. Nope, it's there. Okay, so overview of Brunei. We gained independence in 1984, making us a 40-year-old country. We have a national philosophy, if you will, ideology, if you want to describe it. It's called Melayu Islam Beraja, Malay Islam Monarchy. And this, I think the Kelantanese will be able to relate to this a little bit, but superficially, it's similar. I do think that there's still a massive difference between your MIB and our MIB. And the way that heritage is passed down in Brunei is through two things, adat and pusaka. Adat meaning customary law, and pusaka meaning ancestral heirlooms. So for example, this kain tenunan is actually my father's. He wore it, it was gifted to him on his wedding day with my mom. And this would be maybe passed on to me, and I would most likely pass on to my children one day. And that it is adat, it is custom for kain tenunan to be gifted on wedding days. It is very much encouraged, even though they are also pretty expensive. We are an oil-producing country, and this is very, very relevant. 60%, I think, of our GDP is dependent on oil and gas, and 90% of our exports are still from the oil and gas industry, which makes Brunei have a huge focus on economic diversification. So enter the cultural and creative industries. It has been identified, and it keeps getting on re-identified as a pathway for economic diversification in Brunei. The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports has been recently announced, I guess, champion of the cultural and creative industries development. And I would like to highlight, especially for our discussion today, the role of the culture and arts section in the middle over there, and the three, I guess, departments under it: the Brunei History Center, Language and Literature Bureau, and Museums Department. So it's mostly it's this cluster right here in the middle that have a huge role in safeguarding our cultural heritage. For example, the Language and Literature Bureau, in July, I think, they always host the Malay Language Month to help instill the Malay language in a pretty globalized community. The Museums Department has recently finished a traditional games exhibition, and the Brunei History Center actually helped me with this presentation today. Okay, so one of the things about the creative industries in Brunei is we don't have an official classification just yet, but this is the best that we've got. And you can see at the very end over there, the most mature industry is traditional weaving. I have my own thoughts about this breakdown, but I would agree that traditional weaving is the most mature industry because we've got policies in place, there's a supply and demand relationship going on, and I'll be explaining as well in this conversation, in this monologue conversation, why the context behind that supply and demand, which allows for, I guess, best safeguarding practices. I'm going to be very honest. My expertise actually lies in everything before traditional weaving, but I will try my best. And I think a good place to start is the birthplace of our crafts, of the tenunan. So this is Kampung Air. I don't know why it's in black and white. Okay, there we go. Now it's in color. According to the Information Department in 1996, the crafts well, most of the crafts come from Kampung Air, including the kain tenunan, and a lot of the secrets and the know-hows behind all our crafts are usually kept secret within families. And this actually did not help with, I guess, the propagation of these crafts. Sorry, give me a second. Let me double check. Okay, there we go. So if you try to uncover these secrets, it's actually looked down upon culturally. And then you enter the oil production phase that happened in 1929. And the thing is, when oil was discovered, a lot of people decided to go for jobs there because, it was an opportunity for the economy. And the number of craftsmen dwindled. According to the Information Department, just look at silver craftsmen. We used to have, in the early 1900s, 200 silversmiths, but then, like, around 1960s, it dwindled to 7 people. So that's a huge decrease. And those 7 people also are, interestingly, family members. So they were all interrelated to one another by blood. And that's why it was imperative that the government stepped in. So this is Almarhum Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III. He was our previous Sultan. And when I say Almarhum, it just means the deceased. But we usually, in Brunei, that is what we call royals, the royals who are deceased. And he stepped in and helped establish the Brunei Arts and Handicrafts Center in 1975. He converted a double-story shop house in Brakas, which is 8 kilometers from the capital, to be the training center. And according to the Information Department as well, that training center had 3 courses: silvercraft, brasscraft, and tenunan. Sources vary. The person that I interviewed from the Heritage Center said 2 crafts, but the written information was 3. But now today, it has 7 crafts. And it also is a gallery for for craftsmen to showcase their works. Let me show you a few of our crafts over here. So we've got silverware, we've got keris, we've got brasswork, kain tenunan, tudung dulang, or anyaman to be more specific, and songkok. The 7th one, which I didn't include a photo of, is batik. Okay, so what is interesting, I'll now get into the safeguarding strategies, and one of them is the formal transmission. So they have a 3-year formal education for youths aged 16 to 25. And these tend to be school leavers, meaning they left school quite early or they aren't able to get into higher education. And so they are equipped by the training center with these craft skills so that they can, number one, earn a living, but also continue the heritage. And it's a 3-year formal education with 5 syllabi. Handicraft, of course, depending on their choice. Design, which of course is very important. IT, so that they are equipped with modern 21st century skills. Entrepreneurship, because at the end of it, they are also encouraged to start their own businesses. And then an MIB syllabus, so that they are reminded of the national identity of Brunei Darussalam. And then following the 3-year formal education, you have 5 years to specialize. And I want to make I want to include a very interesting parallel here. It takes 8 years for someone to be a professional doctor, right? To specialize in a branch of medicine. And the parallel is similar here. It takes 8 years to specialize in a craft. And in these 5 years, the materials are provided for these artisans. The factory, which is a very secret area, we don't know where it is, interestingly enough, they're also provided for, which brings a huge focus on the artisan and their skills. Afterwards, they receive help to set up their own businesses, and at a time, they would have 100 artisans engaged in specialization. More safeguarding strategies. You've got the transmission via non-formal education. In 2012, they realized that there was a decrease in the number of artisans or people enrolling into the training center. And they did research, found out it's because the Ministry of Education are great at keeping the students in school. So what they did was they opened up non-formal education, meaning they would engage with the Social Services Department in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, find out who are the families that go below the poverty line, and then engage in them so that they can equip these families with the skills and then a source of income. Yes. And then they're also open to innovation and enhancements, meaning they innovate with the materials that they use. We have something called takiding, which is a bag with an open top, and they used to go into the forests and pick up bananas or something like that, and then put it inside their bags. But of course, we have modern jobs now, and so what they did was they would cover the bag they would cover the bag so it becomes like a proper school bag, I guess. And they would, instead of using pandan leaves, they would use leather. So the craft is still there, the methods of weaving is still there, but they're using different materials, modern materials. They also innovate in terms of new patterns. I've been told by the person I interviewed that they have students who use creative AI, who are open to it. And the quote that he used was, "Kids love abstract now." Thank you so much. During COVID-19, they use tenunan masks, and they also use machinery, for example, a rotary to polish silver and brass. Craft skills are still relevant with the preservation of traditional methods. And perhaps I can end here. I actually have a lot more. But they've tried using machinery to create the kain tenunan, but what they realized was the quality decreased significantly. So they even engage in a local university to create something new, maybe a machine that comes from Brunei that actually appreciates this. But they found that hand weaving is still the best way to produce our kain tenunan. So they keep this. From the 15th century, the machinery, the physics is still the same, and they only, for example, use machinery to make like something lasting 3 days, a process that lasts 3 days, into like 1 hour. So back then, you would have to lay the strings individually, and it makes you need 1,200 like threads. So that's why it takes 3 days. Today, it just takes 1 hour because of that machine. But the weaving actually is still handmade. Okay. I can stop here instead. there are contexts that supports these safeguarding practices. Number one is institutional policies. So Almarhum Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III actually introduced the official use of kain tunanan at different events, including the university graduations, state events. We also continuously have these national/cultural events nationwide. For example, in Ideal Fitri, you would want a new sinjang, which is, I guess, kain tunanan, but like for men at the waist. Royal events as well. So I've got here, sorry, can you help me? Thank you. So I've got here from Prince Matin. Do you guys know Prince Matin? Okay. A very enthusiastic yes from the girls. So he got married earlier this year, and this was the door gift engaged with the training center. I'll pass this around later. And then you've also got gifts for students who were involved. Sorry, could you help me as well? Involved in their flag waving. So this is an example as well. It's the Nunan pattern, but instead it's on a leather bag. And it's still using threads, but that is how we also keep it relevant. And then during, and I mentioned earlier as well, weddings. It is customary to give a tenunan to your husband or wife, your future husband or wife. And then the last one, I guess, is the quality. So the training center is known for producing quality products, quality artisans, so much so that even though outside of the training center, where a tenunan would cost $250 to $500 minimum, dollars in Brunei dollars, you can do the math yourself. They would still go to the training center, which costs like 1,000 to 10,000 Brunei dollars, because they know that they can get a quality product. So this one has, for example, this is from the training center. My dad got it in 1995, and it's still in really good shape. And I think I would have to stop there, but maybe I can, if I still have time. I do want to. Okay, yes, I want to shout out my co-delegate, Farhana Pura. Yes. So she is a fashion designer who has brought our local tenunan on a global stage. On the left, yes, on the left, you can see that her tenunan work. This was actually featured in British Vogue, correct? Yes. And then in the middle, you can see her with all of her models wearing her works at the Thai Silk International Fashion Week, where they were given Thai silk, and then they were able to innovate like cross-culture collaborate. And then on the right, you've got her tenunan work, also woven, by the way. None of it was using machines, correct? Yeah. And this was in Qatar, fashion exchange. Yes. It seems like I still have time. Okay, no, I don't have time. But I will. We've got documentation on a national level. This is the most comprehensive one that we've got, published in 2017 by an expert in tenunan. An expert researcher in tenunan. But now she's, I think, like super high up in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. You've got an educational level. Perhaps the researchers can look into design craft collaboration. This is basically where students learn about the heritage in the first half of the module, and then in the second half, they have to, basically, it's a laboratory for you to apply these crafts, regenerate them, basically, onto more modern products, like card games, you've got there a bucket hat, you've got there a bag. Oh, you've got documentation on a grassroots level. So this is an interactive picture book called Silubang Bangsi, which is a type of pattern. And it's by Camila Azrae, who is the granddaughter of a very innovative tenunan weaver who recently passed away. So she was relearning her culture and her heritage through her grandmother before she did, and she was inspired by it to create a picture book. It is not out yet. It is still in the making. So her company is called Reka Threads. And what is cool about this book is if you scan it with an app, I'm not sure what app it is, but if you scan her grandmother with the app, then a video will pop up, and it's a video of her late grandmother explaining the works. So it's a form of documentation. Oh my God, I'm done. Okay, thank you so much. Please connect with me if you are interested. Kitani Creative not only does research, but we also create programs, projects, and hopefully regional ones as well. Focus on cultural preservation, heritage preservation, and cultural regeneration. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Our Miss Nur Akila from Brunei Darussalam. You are the expertise of traditional weaving. Yeah. We have Kain Tenunan from Brunei. All right. So I can say that safeguarding you started from the formal education. Yeah. The first 3 years formal education, and the next 5 years that you go on specializing, right? And then besides that, for safeguarding practice, I can see that you do a lot of policies, events, and also products. So let's overall, I would say that Brunei's cultures and creative products embody the nation's rich cultural heritage while embracing modern innovation, contributing to the both national identity and also economic developments. And thank you very much. All right, from the Kain Tenunan, from the weaving, right, I would like to move to the expertise from Cambodia with the topics of Cambodia's cultural and creative industries. So we go insightful with Mr. Makara. Please welcome.
Okay. Selamat pagi, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone. So my name is Makara.
Mr. Makara, if you wish to use the lantern or the rostrum, you are free to use that.
Oh,
otherwise,
okay, flexible here.
All right, thank you very much.
So me, Makara from the Ministry of Culture, and my colleague Sempena from Sigada, and association working with the ministry to promote the CCI in Cambodia. So my topic here is about the Cambodia cultural and creative industry, CCI. So here I just go to the overview of the strategy, especially in the new government of Cambodia. The government has just launched a development plan we call the Pentagonal Strategy 4 to 5 years. So here in Cambodia, the Ministry of Culture, we have a policy, 3 main strategy. First one to preserve, to promote, and to develop our culture. Now with the new development policy, or the development platform of the new government, we adapt our ministry policy to the Pentagonal strategy. So the first one, the first Pentagonal is about human capital development. So here is related to the creative talent development of the ministry, maybe like Brunei, we have education in the Royal University of Fine Arts, also the Secondary School of Fine Arts, and others, many short training for. And nowadays, the government just officially launched the TVET, we call training for the vocational training in arts and culture, maybe around 30,000 to 60,000 young poor youth of Cambodia. And the second Pentagonal is about the economic diversification and competitiveness promotions. So here is regarding to the contribution of the culture and creative industry in the economic diversification. Now the government is seeking for diversify our economy. We are based in, before we based on agriculture, garment industry, and also some services, and also real estate. But now we are seeking new sources of growth, and we are moving, and CCI is one of our targets. And the third one is a little bit relevant to the CCI of Cambodia with regard to the private sector and job development. Because the CCI in the country and in many other countries, even in ASEAN, mostly in informal sector. So now the government try to promote such kinds of CCI, mostly in the informal sector, to bring them into the formal sector. And the fourth Pentagon is about the resilient, sustainable, and inclusive development with regarding to the preservation. And the last one about the digital economy and society development. So we try to use technology to develop, to transform, maybe in arts or in culture, to go digitally. And here I would like to highlight about the policy framework. Here we can see the ecosystem for the CCI in Cambodia. We can trace back to 2003. We have law, and it's a law on copyright and related right. So after that, we ratified the Convention of the UNESCO with regard to the promotion and protection of diversity or cultural expression with regard to CCI is mostly related. And then we have Bern Convention with regard to copyright. We have Beijing Treaty. We already ratified. And also we have policy in 2014. And also the last one I just highlight here, we have the MOU with the CICADA. My colleague here, Sempena, is director for this association. The civil society to join hand with the ministry to work to promote our CCI. CICADA working on research and policy advocacy with the ministry. Yeah. Here I would like to highlight about the film. So I will highlight some core element. However, the CCI in Cambodia not just well developed or not well defined, but we observe that some core element of the CCI has flourished and developed recently. With regarding film, as of 2023, we have 26 cinema, equal to 114 screening room, and more than 10,000 seats, almost 20,000 seats. And with regard to the digital, we have both local and international digital platform like Netflix or something. Our film can go viral and can enter the international market. Even though it's a little bit small number, but now we are capable to enter the international market, both in the cinema and in the digital platform. Here I would show you some data regarding to film industry from 19 to 23. In the 2021, the film will go down because of the COVID-19, but later on it's going up again. And regarding the TV serial, also keep rising. Now we have Cambodian local soap opera or TV series on the TV. Before we watch other countries' TV series, but now we have our own and keep rising. And also that the video production, mostly regarding pre-wedding, is a new tendency in our ministry, in our Cambodia. So you can see the tendency is keep rising, video, pre-wedding, TV, series, and also movie. I'm going to next to the book industry, also showing a positive sign that keep rising. Even though it's still small, but it keep rising. As we are optimistic on this. In Cambodia, we have a book festival, book fair, and competition event. And here I would like to show you the number of ISBN provided to the publisher. You can see on the screen, so I will not describe here. Here, the data below, the graphic, it's about the participant in the book festival. It's a national book event, it's a big guest one, and the numbers of the Jews, they are become interested in such event. So it indicates that relatively that our young generation start like reading or like writing. And the fourth one, with regard to performing arts. Here I would to show you that it's amazing development, because in 2022, Cambodia chair the ASEAN Summit, but we have also art for the opening and closing. In 2023, Cambodia hosted the SEA Games and ASEAN Para Games. It's a big event. So in the opening ceremony and closing ceremony of this event, we organize a big performing arts in our Cambodian history with international standard and with immersive technology. So here I just highlight you about the classical one, but also about the contemporary art, mostly about the dance. Also has shown new development it's a very noticeable development in our country. And the last photo here is about the performing art of Pha Pondusalpa. It's about Pha performing arts, performing social enterprise. My colleague, she take it as a case study on this. And if we have some question, I will refer to her to mention about the specific case about this success or best practices. And the fifth one about the music, design, and food and other CCI. We have, regarding music, we have our rising pop star, and their song, their music has gone viral on the social media and in some other countries. And also in digital platform like Spotify, like Apple Music. We have our creative design, like here, Mr. Oliver Kung, he just attended the Cannes Film Festival in France, and our design, fashion design also demonstrate or show in fashion show in like in Italy, in Europe, in US, and in many other countries. And the last one, I will show you the two cookbooks that were awarded internationally. The first one is the Taste of Uncle. It's a cuisine. It's a cookbook that was awarded Gukmong Award, the best of the best cuisine cookbook in Asia in 2021 and 2022. And the last one is Sao is in eating here. Also another cookbook that has just won the Gukmong Award in 2023. And also in 2023, Battambang City has inscribed in the UNESCO Creative City Network based on gastronomy. So with regarding food, it's shown, we call a positive tendon also. So I'm going to my final one. So, okay, thank you. I will finish on time. So finally, our industry, CCI industry, is small and maybe infant stage, but now it's going develop. We are optimistic about our development in CCI, and our government has many work to do, also with the SIGADA and with active participation from the private sector to move on our CCI. Okay, thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Mr. Makara. Cambodia, the kingdom of culture, right? That you have strategies on how you protect or sustain this kingdom of culture by develop, promote, and preserve. Okay? So I would say that Cambodia's cultural and creative products are testaments to its rich heritage and artistic traditions. From your film industry just now, to the book industry, to classical dance. So that these creative industries in Cambodia, I would say that play a crucial role in preserving cultural identity and of course contributing to the economic development. Yeah? So the blend of traditional and modern elements makes the Cambodian cultural products unique and valued both locally and globally. So you're being well known as the kingdom of culture. Thank you very much, Mr. Makara, the experts of policies from Cambodia. So that, yeah, we have two done now from the policies. From Cambodia, I will fly you again to the next presenter. So next presenter, we have Mas Singh from Indonesia.
Yeah, this is me.
So what we do have from Mas Singh, from the topic of Cyril Spiritaria. The future is just a new form of the past. So the floor is yours, Mas Singge. Thank you very much.
Ya, selamat pagi. ASEAN terbaik. Ya, ya, I will help by my colleague, Mr. Diaz, to present from the government experience. I'm a practitioner, so please.
Sure, thank you. Terima kasih Pak Singgi. Maybe saya tak mau cakap lama-lama lah. Okay. Today, my name is Diaz. I'm a cultural officer representing the Directorate General of Culture at the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia. Today from Indonesia, we would like to present you about our program in Indonesia, which is called the Advancement of Culture Village. As an archipelago country with its motto, Unity in Diversity, Indonesia has 17,508 islands divided into 38 provinces, 514 cities or regions, and 17,500 to 16,500 villages. So, to advance the cultural heritage, the government of the Republic of Indonesia has the Law of the Advancement of Culture number 5, years 27, which are protection, development, utilization, and empowerment its cultural institution and human development. So how do I do next slide? Okay. So the village, the advancement of cultural village is a gotong royong. Gotong royong is term of working together. It's a platform to build sustainable village by increasing cultural resilience and also cultural village contribution among the civilization of the world. So why we choose village? Village are the origin or roots of national cultural identity. If culture village is strengthened, then the country will have a strong national cultural identity and able to become a cultural superpower capable of competing with other countries. And also the advancement of cultural village target local village community as the subject of the advancement of culture and also an village apparatus. The concept of the advancement of cultural village is to invite, not to rule, because the principle and spirit are to build awareness, togetherness, and independence by mobilizing various resources owned by the people in the village. So the objective of this program is to open access of information, to open access of network, and to open access of market. So actually, nowadays, Indonesia, as recorded since 2013 until 2022, we have 3,910 cultural heritage and also 1,941 intangible cultural heritage. Therefore, one of main criteria of this advancement of cultural village is the village around national cultural heritage compound or intangible cultural heritage. Then the second one is the village around the Indonesian Spice Route Point, as we have the program to join the nomination to join the Spice Route as the World Heritage in the UNESCO. The next step is the development village by Indonesian Ministry of Village. We collaborate with other ministry in Indonesia, and also the village around the super priority tourism by Indonesian Ministry of Tourism. And the last but not least is village region cities who have prepared PPKD. PPKD is the main regional of the cultural identification in each region in Indonesia. So there are these stages, which is identification, the potential of culture, development, the potential of a culture, and also utilization, the potential of culture. So the program of this advancement of cultural village, we already target since 2022 until 2024. We have targeted 765 advancement of cultural village. Since 2022, we have identified 235 village. In 2023, there are 230 village, and this year is 300 village. So Another program is Dana Indonesiana. Since inclusivity and a bottom approach are two important pillars in advancing culture, the government of Indonesia has established Dana Indonesiana since 2022. It's the government-endowed fund to preserving culture or actor in Indonesia. As of today, the fund has supported more than 10,000 of collective, institution, and independent artists all over Indonesia to develop their creative works, formulate innovation, and expand their networks. So the beneficiary have reached the disadvantaged, outermost and frontier regions or treaty and work in various backgrounds from traditional to contemporary art forms. So without further ado, I would like to welcome our man best practices who has inspired with his sustainable way in advancing culture, Mr. Singgi Kartono, with his Pasar Pangpringan, also the founder of Bicycle Made from Bamboo. Pak Singgi, please welcome.
The clicker. I'm sorry, the clicker, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Dias. Yes. I'm sorry, I will talk in English slowly. I'm not fast like Dias, yeah. But I got some minutes from former speaker, yeah. So please give me. Yes. This is my bamboo bike. Actually, this bamboo bike is an icon of my social movement because it's made from the bamboo that people always think bamboo is cheap, it's weak, and it's from the past. But actually, if we think and we do seriously, we are able to make a good thing, new things. And what a mass of question, and I also hear here, is that, is it strong enough? That question actually is for us. The question actually is for Asian culture. Is it strong enough? I will show you that we are strong. Okay. I came from, I live in a small village in Indonesia. In Central Java, it's around 1 hour from Borobudur. Yeah. That is my home village. So I decided to go back to my home village in 1995, 3 years after I graduated from ITB, Institut Teknologi Bandung. That is the book that inspired me, written by Alvin Toffler. I have not read many books because sometimes the book is too beautiful and make me confused. So I decided just read the book that I think is valuable for me. This book actually tells us about two important things. One is the dream, one is the forecast, that there will be many people live and work in remote areas because there will be advancement on technology of communication and telecommunication. So we are now in the future that already forecasted before, because in Cambodia, in Brunei, in Laos, and I think it's also in Antarctica. If you have internet, we are connected. And the second one is important, it's about disorientation. Maybe all of us here are disoriented. I will show you. That why village? Village actually is a small world. If we talk about sustainability, village and traditional village actually already sustainable communities. So what happened in the world? We just few decades left our sustainable life. But we attracted to learn sustainable life from the new country, industrial country, that they try to define what is sustainable life now. I want to show you my experimentation based on village problem and potential. The first brand is Magno. Sorry, too fast. I just believe that village has many big potential, very, very big potential. Have natural resource, human resource, and also cultures. And many problems, of course. So if we want to develop village, we should give a big attention and a big energy. And I show you, that if we serious on that way, we will able to make a very good product. This is one of the product from Indonesia, the only product from Indonesia that become a collection on Design Museum in London. It came from village, not from Jakarta. Sorry, from Jakarta. Not from Jakarta, it's from small village. The second one is Pedagi, it's bamboo bike. A short story of this is, in 2013, I was high cholesterol. So I decided to cycling, and because of that, I got interested on bamboo bike made in USA. In USA there's no bamboo, but bamboo it's large in villages. In my place, it's very, very large. So I decided to make a bamboo bike, and yeah, it's not easy. It's a long story. It's very long story. And my bamboo bike actually used by the Indonesian president. And also in 2018, I got a Good Design Award from Japan. And that is the highest Good Design Award in Japan from Indonesia. Again, it's from village. And the bamboo bike inspired us Spedagi movement. I know the world is already full of, flooded of products. My background is product designer, so I think we should try to use a product as not just it function, but it able to use it as many things. And I use it for inspiration to make a social movement. The inspiration is that this bamboo bike inspired me. It has opportunity to solve one of the biggest problem in village. It's a brain drain. Young people go to cities, study in the campus, and not go back to village. So, the more and more less thinker in village, and it's difficult to develop its potential and solve its problem. So I initiate a social movement. We call it a Spedagi movement. And the first one I held an international conference on village revitalization. And the place is not like in this building, because village has no building, but village has papringan. Papringan is a natural ballroom, because you know if you go to papringan to see in the top, it's like, it's finished? 2 minutes. Oh. Yeah. And this is experimentation about papringan. Papringan actually is a bamboo groove. It's like that. It's dirty. It's become a village dump, public dump. The problem is because they are boredom and inferiority. So but in other side, bamboo has become a new material for the advanced countries. So I just worry that we already know bamboo and the other become popular in other countries like this. So I decided how to solve this problem. We apply the creative approach on how to solve this problem. The problem actually is a conservation of the natural resources, but we cannot do that because the problem is about boredom and inferiority. So we make a new thing, a creative approach that show the people and experience people about the very different things. That is the change. The new one is Pasar Papringan. And it become very famous and inspire many places in Indonesia to do this. In conclusion, because the time is so short, I let the committee to share. My concept is spiral and spiritual. Please read it. That is the conclusion of this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mas Singge. Spiral spiritual, a macro conception of how the global sustainable livelihood possibly attained. So that is why we have here today, we have a bamboo bike, the iconic of Spadagi. And we have Magno, which is the brand for our Mas Singge on his wooden craft products, which is not only distributed internationally, but also recognized by prestige international design awards and widespread publication. Yeah, mashallah. I know it's not enough time to tell us a lot of things, but overall I would say that Indonesia, you know, the culture and the creative products, it always reflects, yeah, the rich culture and diverse, especially that you have village cultural traditions that you bring it here, you know, and also embracing contemporary innovations. This is all about innovations and global trends, you know. So the dynamic of blend should contribute significantly to the national identity and economic development, which I believe that. So thank you very much again to Mas Singge on his such of sustainable innovation. Thank you very much. Right, so we have two more panelist presenter, but I would say that we take a break first, yeah, and then we have a video performance, and then we come back for the fourth presenter. Thank you very much.
During the 5-minute break, please feel free to use the toilet and other conveniences. So we reconvene back in 5 minutes. Thank you.
5-minute break.
Yeah, 5-minute break, please. Thank you for that video presentation. So, Mrs. Hazi, you can continue. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon, everyone. So we're back on the stage, yeah? So we have two more panelist presenters that will share their insights of best practice of their country. Right, so we have Brunei, we have Cambodia, we have Indonesia. So next, I would love to call our panelists from Republic of Laos with the topic of sustainability in the production of the can, a cultural industry of the Republic of Laos. So please welcome Mr. Sonpat to the floor. Thank you very much.
Sabadi. Good morning. And hello everyone. Thank you for bringing me to here. Especially Dr. Ahmad Fahmi Muhammad Ali as the list projects for SCCIP 2024 and Mr. Mohammed Shamsuri bin Abdul Kami. I'm so excited for present today. Before I start, I want to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Sonpet. I work as Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism of Laos PTR. And I have assistant Miss Hafiza. Today, I would like to present about the sustainability in products of can. Can is a culture industry of Laos PTR. And the first one, I would like to show you 2 minutes of video about the can for you more about the information. Okay, pray for me.
สำหรับการเฮ็ดลีนแคนแม่นนำเอาโลหะทองกาและเงินมาผสมกันตามอัตราส่วนทองกา3ส่วนและเงิน1ส่วนไปต้มหรือล้อมให้เปื่อยแล้วทอกใส่ผงโลหลังจากนั้นก็ตีให้เป็นแผ่นบางยาวตัดให้ได้ตามขนาดของลีนแคนเลือกเอาไม้ลันที่มีขนาดใหญ่เสมอกันนำมาเล่าทางปลายให้มันกลมหมุนเสมอกันซึ่งมีความยาวประมาณ1 คืบ 3 นิ้วเพื่อนำไปสูบใส่เตาแขนในขั้นตอนต่อไปหลังจากนั้นเอาเหล็กสีมาสีข้อแม่หลัน และไม้หกให้มันรวมกันไปทางปลายของแขนและจงไว้หนึ่งข้อบ่ให้รวมแต่สีให้มีหูขนาดน้อยเท่าหูเข้มนำเอาทอนไม้สักหรือไม้เม่นขี้ที่ตากแห้งดีแล้วนั้นนำมาผ่ากลางด้วยมีดแต่บ่ให้ขาดออกจากกันจากนั้นใส่เสื้อมัดไม้สักที่ผ่านั้นแล้วนำมาทาบให้เป็นเตาแขนตามรูปทรงที่ต้องการเมื่อเตาแขนสำเร็จแล้วจึงนำเอาลูกแขนมาประกอบใส่กับเตาแขนให้แจ่มดีและลูกแขนน้อยใส่อันละ1 ลิ้นนำเอาเหล็กสีไปเผาไฟให้แดงแล้วเอามาสีหูไม้ลันโดยการสีหูจะเป็นรูปเจยเข้ามา5ทางเตาแขนเพื่อเฮ็ดเป็นปอกหัดเตาแขนและลูกแขนให้แน่นดีเมื่อเสียงของแขนมวนและถูกต้องแล้วถือว่าเป็นแขนที่สมบูรณ์
Okay, thank you. That is the source of how to make can Laos. Actually, Laos have many kind of cans. Laos there are many ethnic groups, about 50. Okay, now I will invite Mrs. Hafiza with his student from Universiti Malaysia Kelantan to help me with demonstration of the cans. About my presentation on sustainability in the products of cans, a culture of industry of Laos PDR. Next slide for me. Industry of culture products in Laos. The culture industry in Laos PDR is diverse and vibrant, encompass in this the traditional arts and craft like weaving, pottery and silver meeting. It also includes performing arts such as dance, music and theater. Laos PDR is rich in literature, storytelling, and hosts numerous festivals and religious ceremonies. Integrates to its culture. The country culture sector is expanding with growing film industry and emerging contemporary art scene. Central to this industry list is akan, the traditional musical instrument which hold significant place in Laos culture and economics. Next please. Next slide. Okay. The background of cans. The background of can. The can mouse organ resembling fat pip made from bamboo top, and mental rich possess unique and harmonia sound. It is beloved instrument throughout Laos in circle to village festival and social gathering. The can is not only foster community participant, but also symbolize the identity of Lao people. The instrument practice promotes family and social cohesion linked to natural agriculture and healthy lifestyle, family and community association. Play crucial roles in transmitting the arts of can, praying to young generation. Next. Policy in Laos. The sustainability of Can's music is supported through various initiatives by local communication and government policy. The Nation Assembly decision promotes and practice through formal and non-formal education, media, broadcast, and cultural exchange. Future enhance is since 2024. The government has organized festival and competition, encouraging young people to learn Can music. The Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism support performance, arts, official events, and production of education material. The establishment of National Intangible Culture Heritage Committee in 2022 and underscore the government committee to preserving Can's music. Recognized by UNESCO in Intangible Culture Heritage in 2017. Next. Inheritance preservation. Preservation efforts focus on nurturing Can's music in ASEAN, includes individual artists and community. Community group family play a pivotal role, passing down knowledge from one generation to the next. Local Can Pleasure Association and Culture Central facilitates in learning and practice of instrument. Various associations such as La Music, Dance and Arts, Melody, Can Lounge contribute to developments and promotion of the Can. Music in orchestras. Music on orchestra setting. This collective efforts encourages Can music remain vibrant and enduring part of the culture. By implementing comprehensive policy and for fostering community involvement, Laos aim to sustain and promote the tradition of Can music, ensure and praise in both local and global culture landscape. Next slide. Okay, thank you. I would like my assistant play Can for you. If everyone can touch and taste my Can, you can. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Sonpet, you want to demo? You want to do a demonstration of your Can?
Yeah, I want to demonstration the sound, but not the song,
The
not
sounds.
that.
Okay, all right. So you want to do by yourself or how? Okay, all right. So we can see the demonstrations of.
Yes, I would like to demonstration just the sound of the Can for you.
Yes. Yes, please.
There are the Can, there are many sound different. I will to play the 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a minute. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that demonstrations that we have different sounds, yeah? From Can, yeah? All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sompet. Thank you very much. You have a seat, please. Have a seat, please. Yes. Right. So if Indonesia, we have bamboo bike, and from the Republic of Laos, we have can, yeah, whereby the music instruments that have made from bamboo, yeah, bamboo, to say that bamboo can be a natural sustainability plant and products, you know, for us to produce something like sustainable, you know. Good to know that can become a symbolize of a Laos people, and also the iconic of traditional instruments in music and performing arts. So I would say that Republic of Laos cultural and creative products is also embody the country's rich cultural heritage and artistic traditions, which I believe in Laos is not only hand, but it started from the intricate textiles and traditional crafts to performing arts and modern digital media as part of creative industry in the country. So that the blend of what we have, you know, traditional and contemporary elements, I believe that make Laotian cultural products unique and valuable on both a local and global scales. And thank you very much again, Mr. Sompet, for your canned presentations just now. All right. Last but not least, we have a panelist presenter from our country, Malaysia. Yeah? From UMK itself. Yeah, with the topic of community-driven approaches to safeguarding intangible cultural heritage of Malaysia. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Ainul Wahida Razwan on the stage. The floor is yours, Doctor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning. Ms. Moderator, my fellow presenter, delegates from ASEAN countries, lecturers, students, heritage professionals, heritage practitioners at the back, ladies and gentlemen. So today, I'm going to present one of my project with my students entitled Community-Driven Approaches to Safeguarding Tangible Cultural Heritage of Malaysia. I think I can use this one, right? Okay, cool. So basically, this is I personally generated from AI. I used the Bing image and try to put some prompt which represent the Malaysian cultural heritage. So if you're looking at this picture, so we have Petronas Twin Tower at the back. I don't know, it somehow becomes three, actually two. And then we have food, people playing music, yeah. So basically Malaysia, yesterday I heard that someone say that Malaysia truly Asia. Yes, thank you very much. So this is what we have in Malaysia. So I would like to introduce you for those who never encounter what Malaysia is. So Malaysia basically has its natural heritage, which we have a recognition from UNESCO. For example, Kinabalu Park, we received the recognition in 2000, and then we have a Gunung Mulu National Park. So we have a Malacca and Georgetown historic cities. Actually, I've just returned from Malacca, bring my student for a trip, and it's really hot there. And then we have archaeological heritage of Lenggong Valley, which is the remains home for Perak Men. If you know the Perak Men, if you go to the Lenggong Valley, there's a museum, so you can see the remains. But I believe the remains is in the National Heritage Department in Kuala Lumpur. We also have the intangible cultural heritage from UNESCO as well. We proposed to UNESCO, and we have the brand here. So we have Mak Yong Theatre, which is specifically from Kelantan. And then we have a Dondang Sayang, Silat, Pantun. We joined with Indonesia to propose. And then we have a Wongkang ceremony, which is basically the Chinese cultural tradition. We joined between Malaysia and China. And we have a Songket, and lastly, Mek Mulung. Basically, we have other intangible cultural heritage that we have enlisted to propose to UNESCO to put in the representative list. All right, so Mek Mulung is actually in need to safeguard because it's already endangered. Okay. So basically, I use Convention 2003 for the safeguarding intangible cultural heritage, which specifically talking about the intangible for my topic today. So the practice, for example, the practice, representation, expression, knowledge, skill, instrument, object, artifact, and cultural spaces associated therewith, that communities, group, and in some cases, individual recognized as part of their cultural heritage. Basically, if you look at this definition under the Convention for Safeguarding UNESCO in 2003, UNESCO has already emphasized and highlighted on the aspect of community, groups, and individual. So when you look at my fellow presenters just now, they also mentioned that the community is the one who need to safeguard all the intangible cultural heritage, right? Okay, so we have also Malaysia, the National Heritage Act. I believe some of the students doesn't know about this act. So we have a National Heritage Act 2005, followed after the Convention Safeguarding Intangible Cultural Heritage. So we have the same thing, but specifically focusing on the Malaysian cultural heritage. Okay. I think this slide is not the one that I supposed to send you this morning, right? Because actually I have another point here that I want to introduce, which is the Rumah Melayu Kelantan Tiang 12. This is really special, unique architectural design, which is specifically in Kelantan. So basically we have an honor to this house, which is my fellow delegates from Malaysia as well, Mr. Johan. So Mr. Johan owns this house. So if you guys want to visit this house, you can contact him. So after this, perhaps Mr. Johan can explain more about this house, right? Okay, thank you. So please. Okay, so I bring today a 4 case study which related to the community safeguarding on the intangible cultural heritage. So for the first one is the customary law of Adat Pepatih. I believe that everyone knows about this, and even we have this in Indonesia. And yes, it's brought out by the immigrants of Minangkabau to Negeri Sembilan, and they practice this kind of customary law in Negeri Sembilan. So the G's on the Adat Pepatih is basically on the matrilineal side, favors on the matrilineal side, which is favors on the mothers. So in terms of inheritance, property, the lineage, we have suku there. So this is really important for the Adat Pepatih members. And then I would like to bring also my case, a second case study, which is the Hari Mantai. If you heard about Hari Mantai, if you come from Negeri Sembilan, so Hari Mantai actually is cultural practices done by the Malays of Negeri Sembilan, where they butcher the meat before the Ramadan and also Hari Raya, as well as Aidil Adha. So what more important actually in this practice is when the family and community get together and they doing this Hari Mentai as a communal work. Okay, so my third case study is Bongai. Bongai is one of the performing arts in Negeri Sembilan, which is actually, I believe that is almost decay or dying in Negeri Sembilan, because what I have experienced before that most of the Bongai performers are the elders. So Bongai performance is actually a kind of asking and response style of performance. Yeah, so they use like a pantun between one or two members in the group, and they accompanied by the small child lempong ensembles, which is a gong, geteh, rebana, gendang, and so on. Okay, so in the case study 4, actually I have penganan or dodol. So in Negeri Sembilan we actually call penganan, we don't call dodol. Okay, but dodol, I believe you can go to Pasar Siti Khadijah. There are lots of dodol there. Okay, so actually what I want to bring here is the process of making the dodol itself. So nowadays we have machines that make the dodol is more commercial and people can buy anytime. But previously, if you want to make a dodol, you have to wait. For Negeri Sembilan people, they have to wait based on Hari Raya. Before Hari Raya, they need to make a dodol. So that is a staple food for them. All right. So all these 4 case study, they have problems nowadays. So my co-researcher and I found that one of it is a modernization and globalization. We believe that this is one of the reasons that make the adat become less practiced in nowadays. For example, if you're talking about the modernization, people is going to be modernized and they don't want the old tradition anymore. So this modernization and globalization as well make them move from the rural area to the urban area. So what left is the elders who are practicing the adat. So the younger generation are no longer interested with this. And then the second and third problem I can combine with this too. So we have a lack of successes among the younger generation. I believe that younger generation nowadays are interested more on other things. So regarding on the Bongai, regarding on the Hari Mentai, they are no longer interested. So what left is the elders who are only doing these cultural activities. Lastly, the fourth problem we found in the making of penganan or dodol is the complex food preparation, because it takes a long hour. If I can remember from my own experience, I can still remember that my parents, when they are making a penganan or dodol, it takes like 8 hours. So they start at after Ramadan prayer, what is that? Tarawih prayer, and then all overnight until the dawn. Okay, just to make a dodol for Hari Raya. Okay, so we decided to go to the field and employ qualitative methods, and the research design is a case study. We also adopted the in-depth interviews and participant observation. And lastly, after obtaining the data, we used the thematic analysis and come up with the themes of this research. So we conclude that a community-driven approach to safeguard intangible cultural heritage is quite important. What I found, we found in the study, the first thing first, from the community level, the grassroots level, is the intergenerational knowledge transfer, how it happened. So we have a principle, look, listen, and learn, meaning that the generation to generation, they need to transfer this kind of knowledge. How? By looking, meaning that younger generation need to look what is happening, learn about this kind of cultural practices. And then they need to listen. Listen to whom? Listen to elders. So the elders will transmit through by listening. And then they need to learn. meaning they have to try and error in this process. So next is Hari Mantai, the communal activities. So basically, what we found in the community, they quite active, meaning the JPKK or village community. Village community is quite active during the Hari Mantai. So they gathered all the villages and then call the younger generation and ask them or deliver the task between or among them. Okay, so the guys, the boys usually helping to butchering the meat and then set up the tents, doing slicing the meat, while the ladies, the girls, they will prepare ingredients such as lemongrass, the coconut milk, and then to cook the rendang and also lemang. Okay, so for the case study 3, we found also that the musical group, which is the Bongai in Negeri Sembilan, actively train their younger generation to learn about Bongai more, how to make a pantun, how to get the rhythm, how to play the music, for example. Okay, so lastly, for making the penganan, so we have a cooking workshop, intergenerational knowledge transfer between elders as well as elders to the younger generation. So I believe actually one side is not enough. So I want to propose that the joint approach is needed to safeguard intangible cultural heritage. So what I found here from the case study, in terms of Adat Pepatih, we actually involve the museum. So Museum of Negeri Sembilan, they host the one-off events related to Adat Pepatih and call the public to come. So from there, they deliver all the knowledge to the public, specifically on the Malays of Negeri Sembilan. Besides that, they have also educational institutions. For example, they use to have a debate on Adat Pepatih. So they call all the universities, schools come together and discuss about Adat Pepatih, have a debate there, the competition. So from there, the Adat Pepatih become sustainable. Okay, so the younger generation also learn about Adat Pepatih more. And then I believe that educational institutions as well play important role on Bongai. Specifically, they put the Bongai syllabus in their curricular activities in the school. So in Negeri Sembilan, they have a Cak Lempong class. You know, Cak Lempong, the traditional music. And then they also have this kind of Bongai performance. So the practitioner come to the school and play to the school students. And then Hari Mantai, I believe that nowadays the younger generation love the TikTok, the media social. So this is the good platform to expose to others about the Hari Mantai. You can take the live performance or live video on the Hari Mantai. All right. So lastly, on the case study 4, based on the commercialization. So nowadays, we can get the penganan everywhere, even from the Negeri Sembilan, the local practitioner as well. So they sell the penganan, but somehow I'm not quite agree with the commercialization, although it's good, but as I said just now, it's about the process. You being together with the family, making it. So if you commercialize it, so where's the value togetherness inside the making process of penganan? So I have a recommendation which is I also use and introduce to my students as well in terms of digital preservation and promotion. So what we did, what I want to recommend is using this kind of archive, websites or social media, YouTube or whatever to safeguard or create a digital archive related to the recipes, ritual, oral histories on this kind of cultural activities, intangible cultural heritage. So social media and online platforms, I believe I've already mentioned about this. So it's really important just to fit in the current trend. So we don't want to left being left based on the technology. So we want to go together with it. So we try to fit in on the current platform. So in conclusion, my research highlights the community-driven approaches to safeguarding Malaysia's intangible cultural heritage, particularly through the lens of 4 case studies, Adat, Harimantai, Bongai, and Penganan. It emphasizes the importance of intergenerational knowledge transfer, communal activities, intensive training and workshop in safeguarding this tradition. So the involvement of educational institutions, museums, government, non-governmental governmental organization, and the use of digital platform for preservation and promotion are pivotal strategies mentioned. So there is a need for collective efforts between the bottom up, the bottom and the top down. These 2 approaches needed to ensure the continuity and appreciation of Malaysia cultural heritage amidst of modernization and globalization. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aino. Right, okay, when we're talking about intangible cultural heritage, yeah? We have Mak Yong, we have Silat, we have Dondang Sayang, we have Mek Mulung. But look at to what we have just now, we have Adat Berpati, we have Bongai, we have Mantai, and we have a mix of Dodo, you know? So that, I mean, like, how we safeguarding on that, yeah? We should have, you know, like working together with the museum, media, and so government. And then we should start it on the innovations, especially on the machinery. Yeah? So I know that it's quite complicated of preparing Dodo. It might take us about like 8 to 9 hours, you know. So nowadays we want it, everything was fast. So commercialization is just very, very, you know, like needed. Okay, when look at to the cultural heritage, no doubt, yeah, no doubt that we need the involvement of the community, yeah, Dr. Aino, on how we can see the importance of the involvement of the community, so that since I can see that there is a gap between older generations and younger generations, yeah? So which is that intergenerational knowledge transfer is a good driven approach. Right, okay, so Malaysia, I mean like our culture and creative products are always vibrant. It's reflections of our rich countries, diverse in our culture influences, and dynamic contemporary innovations. So we always showcase that what's the unique of our country identity and contribute to its global cultural footprint. And by that, we have done the 5 panelists present. So please give big applause to them. From the Kain Tenunan from Brunei, we go to the policy, Cambodia as a kingdom of culture. And we have the bamboo bike innovation from Indonesia. And bamboo, again, we use it as a music instrument called as can. And not to laugh about cultural heritage in Malaysia. Right, so we have, thank you very much to our panelists for very interesting, engaging discussions and very lively topic just now. I think I would like to open the floor to the questions. We do encourage active participants from the audience. You may raise your hand if you have a questions, then we'll give a mic to you, audience. Yes, we have one audience over here. Can we have a mic to Dr. Hanisa? So audience, I mean like you can just like introduce yourself, and then if you wish, if you wish your questions to answer by which speakers, that we be appreciate that you mention it, so which is easier for me to just pick point any presenter here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Hanisa. I'm from UMK. I have one question from speakers from Brunei. I forgot your name, sorry. Okay, because I saw your presentation on your tenun, yeah, because I think similar tenun as also can be found in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and also Brunei. So my question is, what makes the Brunei tenun, it looks like songket to me, what makes it different? Is it the techniques? I think more or less is the same. We share the same techniques of loom weaving. But what makes it different? Is it the aesthetics? Or maybe you can describe the elements that makes it different from other countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hanisa. Right, so kain tenunan in Brunei, and we have songket in Malaysia. So we would love to know what makes your kain tenunan is much different.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So this was a question I personally had as well. I will admit also that I'm quite a young professional despite the 14 years, and I always jump around in different areas of the creative industries. So one of the things that I find, that I personally find different, well, I think first off, we don't call it songket. We call it kain tenunan. And the word tenunan also is a very grandmother word. So we call it kain tenun. I think Indonesia also, yeah. So that's number one. Number two, I think it's the materials used. So what we've noticed when we compare to the gentleman at the back over there with the dastar. Yes, hello. The quality is very different. So ours is a bit flimsy, would you say? Very soft compared to I think yours is a bit more stiff. Which is also why if we create a dastar, we actually have to use like pins and stuff. Whereas that one, I don't think you need a pin. And then what I think one of the biggest one, but I think what goes underappreciated the most is the stories woven into this. So yes, aesthetics are different. Bruneian aesthetics is based off of Bruneian culture. So the one that I'm wearing, for example, is kain jong sarat. And it was created by the innovator I mentioned earlier. Her name is Hajah Qadariyah. So she created the jong sarat pattern, and the word jong is a type of perahu, a type of boat found in Kampung Air, our water village. And sarat is if that boat is full. So if you see, this is a type of jong sarat. We actually have multiple types of jong sarat, and you can tell that it's a jong sarat if the details, you'll see that the details are very packed. I know Bruneians are also very proud of the kain tenunan because so the back and the front is, you cannot tell the difference. This one you can tell because it's very old. But I know people who have actually worn their kain tenun terbalik, other way around. So they've been wearing it incorrectly actually. And I think that's what I would say. Ask me, keep in contact, ask me in 5 years, I'll have much more to say. Because this is a very interesting topic.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nur Akila, for the response. Yeah, the motif of jong sarat. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Right. Okay. Shall we have? Yeah. We have one more question from the audience.
Hi, thank you very much for the wonderful presentations, quite insightful. I just want to know, because it's very important for us to sustain the creative industries here, but it takes a very strong support from the government to sustain it, like, you know, how Korea has done it. Like, they have a global cultural presence, and that's backed up by very strong policies by the government. Now, aside from the heritage centers and the programs created or established by the governments in your countries, what are the incentives being given to artisans and practitioners to be able to attract them to get into this business. So thank you.
So you wish which speakers to answer your question?
All of them.
All right, well, look at the incentives just now, right? Okay. Culture heritage, it's all about older generations and the new generations, how you sustain yourself in the industry, So you may have like the next 5 years, Akila, that you may can have more to talk, all right? And then Mas Singgi, I believe that you are in the industry so long. I would like to give this question to Mas Singgi on how you sustain and what kind of incentive that makes you remain, since you have believed that culture village. Please, Mas.
Yeah, thank you. It's a hard question, but the incentive from the government to the practitioner, But now, as I told, from the program of Indonesia, cultural education and cultural ministry, we have Dana Indonesiana that it's open for the practitioner to apply and to select openly. So it's more democratic, like that. Even it's not easy, we should compete to other practitioners to find that, but Indonesia already have endorsed a fund for that, and I think it's good. But in my experience in local government, it's not easy. I always conflict with them because I'm too hard, too straight, and they don't happy with what I'm to do. But I believe in my concept that I told in Cyril Spiriterial that we should synergize, because the government actually have their own characteristic, and the community actually has the other characteristic. In one side, it is opposite, but in the other side, if we synergize, the likeness disappear, and only synergize the goodness. I mean, that is, the government is usually big structure, big organization. It's become fat. It's not flexible. But that is the characteristic. We cannot change. They have the right of regulation, and they have the power in terms of fund, in terms of human resource, in terms of policy. Community is different. Community is weak. Community have no money. Community has only passion. Community has only flexibility. Community cannot stop, even have no money. Yeah. So this concept actually I write in the community. Community means from the government and community we should synergize. And now I'm proposed to the local government. Even sometimes I'm not happy with him, but I believe we should work together, because some of government program never experiment before. They just plan and do, just one-way program. So they need a partner from the community that the program should research, make an ideas, and experiment first. Then be able to design the program. So what I'm doing with Pasar Papringan actually we fail in the first step, yeah. And so sad. I'm very, very sad, because one of the problem is that the head of the village do not support. Even make the community give the benefit in terms of economic, in terms of social, in terms of self-confidence of them. But I don't know, maybe the head of the government don't like me, so I just stop. But I know it should not stop. It's important for the community, so I start the new one. So this is important that I should learn from the first experience that I should make some approach before I make a project. So for the second project, I start with approaching all of the stakeholders from the high government level until the village level. Also from the government and the community, everything I approach. And now, Pasar Papringan is already survived, maybe 5 years, and inspired many places in Indonesia to make themselves. I share the inspiration because my social organization actually is small. So I share the energy, so I share the idea, so I share my vision. So I share, this is feasible to do, and we should do. And I hope in this time I will success to collaborate with government. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Passions, yeah? Passions from Mas. I can see that his passions, which incentives, yeah, from the government, stakeholders, you know, giving much motivations to him. But the passions itself remained. And then how we hope that the incentive can be synergized between the motivations and the passions. But from that questions, I would like to ask Mr. Makara. I mean, Philippines known as a kingdom of culture. You know, you are talking about policy on how they develop, promote and preserve, you know. So from that incentive, how can you use the incentive as a motivational factors to those the key players in cultures and cultures creative industry?
Okay, thank you. For the government of Cambodia, we have a specific, maybe it's not a lot, but we have some incentive scheme. It's on a case-by-case basis. We have both financial and non-financial one. Like recently, during the COVID and after the COVID for the economic recovery for the CCI, the government has allowed the tax relief for like Far Penlisalpa, the social enterprise for performing arts, and also for film industry, for cinema and also. And the other non-financial one, we provide a venue, the scholarship for the student, for the training. And within this term of the new government, we provide the TVET training in, we call the our ancestral skill to pass on the traditional know-how and knowledge to the younger generation. It's a free, and also the government also provide we call the monthly incentive financial. So it's kind of a big scheme. Is a bigger one, not biggest yet, but bigger one. And our new government is keep focusing and encouraging the civil society like Pina here from the Sigada, and our government try to support in such kind that we join hands to make a favorable environment for the private sector. Civil society can come and can cooperate with the government. So here I would like to highlight the overview here, but I would like to raise this question to my colleague. She's from the civil society, so she could raise some specific about the incentive. Could you, or I just finish here? Could you share something from the civil society, or no
at
need?
least one incentives that you can share.
Oh, I talk all. Oh, I cover all.
Can I stand here?
Yes.
Well, I think, well, I'm Pina, I'm from CKEDA. It stands for Creative Industry of Cambodia Association for Development and Advocacy. It's CKEDA in short, and we name after an insect who sings all days. And we choose this name because we believe that as artists, we would sing all days to government ears to listen to us so that they provide more policy, supportive policy to support the art sector and also creative industry. And to respond, I'm not sure I'm quite straight answer to the question, but incentives to the civil society, I would believe it's more kinds of spiritual supports and not financial support, unfortunately. So what we can do with the government is that we join MOU. We introduce CKDA as a young organization, civil society, who do policy advocate for more investment and development for the creative industry in Cambodia, and also represent artists who are members. That now we have about 140 members, majorly from performing and a music section. And also we have very few members, maybe 3 to 4 are from craft sector, so we need to gather more members. So what CKDA do with the government is to produce research annually, and we use the research data to produce policy recommendation and tell the government this is what we find and these are the sector or areas that the government need to support. Thank you.
All right, okay, that's nice. We have financial incentives and we have also spiritual incentives, which is these two incentives are blended together, which is a good, like a growth for creative industry. I would love to have one more question from the audience. Yes, we have one question from the audience.
Hi, I'm Lino from Philippines. Before I'll ask my question, I'll just jump into the incentive, what the first, my colleague also tried to raise the question. In the Philippines, one of the projects where I did is we pay the artists like royalties. So that's one way. I have one song that we use. It's a lullaby. It was produced like way before 1960s. But we have to pay the artist because the artist registered in a certain NGO license. So we get that license and the payment is really huge. It's big. But we have to pay it in honor for that. And I think it's that the way to craft the creative industry today.
Yeah, that's nice. Royalties, yeah.
Royalties, to pay royalties. My question now is, because we're celebrating this in a university setup, so what are the ways in which the education plays here in disseminating or even educating, like in a kindergarten, elementary setup, to give syllabi or curriculum related to all the presentations this morning? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lino. I think the question goes to Dr. Aino on how we blend the education and the culture creative industries. I mean, like how do we develop the interest? I mean, like what we have from Kitani, Brunei, on how you grow the safeguarding from the 3 years formal educations and the 5 year specializations. So what about Malaysia, what we did?
Thank you for the questions. I'm trying. Okay, from the Universiti Malaysia Kelantan and from our faculty, Creative Technology and Heritage, what I found is we are really into the cultural heritage basis. Instead of that, we have also learned about the entrepreneurship as one of the fundamental subjects for the university. So from there, the students were introduced these two elements between the cultural heritage and also the entrepreneurship to make themselves as as a basis, meaning that if they graduated for the next time, they become the employer, not the one who employed in the certain industry. So that's what's the purpose of our faculty. So I believe that creative industries should start from the lower level. I mean, from the students. So we have to train them to become one of the monster in this creative industry. I hope that answered to your question. I'm not sure.
UMK, the champions of entrepreneurship, actually. All right, okay. So I don't want to open the question to audience, but I have one last question for Mr. Sonpat. I have one question for you. All right. You said can is a symbolize for your people, for people in Republic of Laos. What makes you said that can is the symbolize? What's special between can and your people? Yes. Can, your music instruments, you said that is symbolize of your people. I mean, like represent your people. What makes that instrument, hand, special for you, for people in Laos? Please.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for question. Can is a music instrument of Laos, and always use many ethnic groups in Laos. That's I say there are about 50 ethnic groups of Laos. And can is important when have a festival and other ceremony in Laos. They always make music and use the cans. Can is important for Laos. And can is many kind. There are many kind of can. Each ethnic have cans by themselves and makes different style. Just there are many kind of can. Okay.
All right. Okay. So that's can I use in every music in Laos, and with different types of can, it actually represents their people in Republic of Laos. Thank you very much, Mr. Sompat. So in summary, I would say that the creative culture industry in the Asians are evolving, and despite of challenges, they may offer immense potential for regional growth and innovations. So thank you very much for your valuable contributions, and let's continue our collaborative efforts to nurture the Asian cultural creative economy. And until next session this afternoon, stay inspired and creative. And back to you, Mr. MC, Dr. Yusof.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our wonderful moderator. Yes, she has really done a great job. Thank you very much. Okay, a round of applause for our presenters. Thank you very much. Okay, so the presenters can now return to their seats. Yes, okay. So displayed on your screen is a QR code for the conference attendance. So please, all the delegates, you are required to scan the QR code. This is an evidence that you have participated in the ACEC conference. Yes, yes, yes. For those who are going to present in the afternoon, you can also scan the QR code, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now take a break for lunch and prayer. Please reconvene here by 1:45 p.m. so that we can continue with the program. Thank you very much.